What is a class? A class is a specification of how to construct something like a blueprint or a pattern. So, what is a class? In the real world, you will often find many individual objects, all of the same kind. There may be thousands of other bicycles in existence, all of the same make and model. Each bicycle was built from the same set of blueprints and therefore contains the same components. In object-oriented terms, we say that your bicycle is an instance of the class of objects known as bicycles. A class is the blueprint from which individual objects are created. This is an example of a Java class.
Why Java is better than C++? The difference between the C++ and Java programming languages can be traced to their heritage, as they have different design goals. C++ was designed mainly for system programming, extending the C programming language to this procedural programming language designed for efficient execution. C++ has added support for statically typed object-oriented programming, exception handling, scope resources management, and generic programming in particular. It also added a standard library which includes generic containers and algorithms. Java was created initially to support network computing. It released on a virtual machine to be secure and highly portable. It's bundled with an extensive library designed to provide a complete abstraction of the underlying platform. Java is a statically typed object-oriented language that uses syntax similar to C, but is not compatible with it. It was designed from scratch with the goals of being easy to use, accessible to a wider audience.
There are several features in Java. They are interfaces, exceptions, packages, applet model, threads. In English, an interface is a device or system that unrelated entities use to interact. According to the definition, a remote control is an interface between you and a television set. The English language is an interface between two people, and the protocol of behavior enforced in the military is the interface between people of different ranks. Similarly, a Java interface is a device that related objects used to interact with one another. What is exceptions? When an error occurs within a method, the method creates an object and hands it off to the runtime system. The object, called an exception object, contains information about the error, including its type and state of the program when the error occurred. Creating an exception object and handing it to the runtime system is called throwing an exception. The three kinds of exceptions. They are the try block exception, catching and handling exceptions, bypassing catch or specify. What is exception handling? Exception handling is a programming language, construct or computer hardware mechanism designed to handle the occurrence of exceptions, special conditions that change the normal flow of the program execution. What are the advantages in the exception? Separating error handling code from regular code, propagating errors up to the call stack, and grouping and differentiating error types. This is simple example for the exception. Packages. What are packages? One of the many concerns that programs face today is trying to ensure that their source code does not conflict with the source code of the programmers. A typical example is the case when two programmers define two distinct classes that have the same name. Suppose you decide to write a list class that keeps a sorted list of objects. This should inherently conflict with the list class in the Java API that is used to display a list of items in the graphical user interface. Java has a simple solution to this problem that is known as namespace management. Each programmer defines their own namespace and places their code within that namespace. Thus, two classes that have the exact same name are now distinguishable since they occur in the different namespaces. Namespaces are called packages in Java. Threads in Java. What is thread? Simply put, a thread is a program path of execution. Most programs written today run as single thread, causing problems when multiple events or actions need to occur at the same time. Let's say, for example, a program is not capable of drawing pictures while reading keystrokes. The program must give its full attention to the keyboard input, lacking the ability to handle more than one event at a time. The ideal solution to this problem is seamless execution of two or more sections of a program at the same time. Threads allows us to do this. Multithreading means multiple lines of a single program can be executed at the same time. However, it is not the same as starting a problem twice and saying that there are multiple lines of a program being executed at the same time. In this case, the operating system is treating the program as two separated and distinct processes. Threads are lightweight process within a process. This example for single-threaded process and multi-threaded process. In this example said how to creating a thread in Java.
What is an applet? A Java applet is an applet delivered to the users in the form of Java bytecode. Java applets can run in a web browser using a Java Virtual Machine (JVM) or in Sun's Applet Viewer, a standalone tool for testing applets. Java applets were introduced in first versions of the Java language in 1995. This is a simple Java applet. Execution of applets. The applet can be displayed on the web page by making use of the deprecated applet HTML element or the recommended object element. A non-standard embed element can be used with Mozilla family browsers. This specifies the applet's source and location. Object and embed tags can also download and install the Java virtual machine, or at least lead to the plugin page. Applet and object tags also support loading of the serialized applet that start in some particular state. Tags also specifies the message that shows up the place of the applet if the browser cannot run it due any reason. General language features. Programming languages are used for controlling the behavior of a machine, often a computer, like natural languages. Programming languages conform to rules for syntax and semantics. There are thousands of programming languages, and new ones are created every year. Few languages ever become sufficiently popular that they are used by more than a few people, but professional programmers can easily use dozens of different languages during their career. Mobile application development. Mobile application development is the process by which application software is developed for small low-power handheld devices such as personal digital assistants, enterprise digital assistants, or mobile phones. These applications are either pre-installed on phones during manufacture or downloaded by customers from app stores and other mobile software distribution platforms.
Java development tools. A Java development kit JDK is a program development environment for writing Java applets and applications. It consists of a runtime environment that sits on top of the operating system layer as well as the tools and programming that developers need to compile, debug, and run applets and applications written in the Java language. Listener interfaces. Listeners are interfaces. So first a brief discussion of what their function in Java. Unlike some other object-oriented languages, Java does not allow for multiple inheritance of classes. While this generally seems to be a wise decision, in some cases it is a distinct disadvantage. A class may only inherit from one class. Java compensates for this by allowing for the implementation of any number of interfaces. Classes are extended and interfaces are implemented. This terminology is well chosen. None of the methods of an interface are implemented. They are empty or, to be more exact, abstract. When a listener is created, all the methods of that interface must be implemented. Some listeners, like the action listeners, have only one method, creating a class that is an action listener is doing in the following way. There are several action listeners: action listener, item listeners, mouse monitor listener, mouse listener, key listener, focus listener, adjustment listener, component listener, Windows listener, container listener, text listener.
Thank you.